We're going to be showing a lot of The Legend of Zelda today, starting right here. We're going to show you what you can do, and we're going to introduce you to this amazing world, but we're going to try not to spoil anything, so feel free to tune in for as long as you like.
ネタバレなしでいろいろと頑張って。
Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Wake up, Link.
This is a very mysterious place, Aonuma-san.
ちょっと神秘的な場所ですけれども。
そうですね。ゼルダの当たり前を見直して言いながら、昔いつもと同じような目覚めるシーンから始まってますけどね。
I've talked about breaking the conventions of Zelda, but Link does start by waking up.
Keep that rooted in the tradition.
伝統を守るという感じでいいんじゃないでしょうか。
ただまあ本当にミステリアスな、ね、場所で不思議な感じですよね。
This really is a mysterious place, and it's kind of very
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
So here we see the introduction of a very mysterious item.
神秘的なアイテムが出てきましたが。
ね、ゼルダって今まで剣と魔法のね、その世界だったんですけど、今回は今度は、ね、何か新しいテクノロジーのような感じですね。
So in the past series, we've used swords and magic, but this time around, we introduced technology.
I know a lot of people are going to be so excited to see how that plays out in this game because that's such a great new wrinkle to add to the Zelda franchise.
シーガーストーンがどんな感じでゲームで使われるのかっていうのをファンの皆さんが期待していると思います。
でもやっぱり宝箱を開けるんです。
And so, he's going to start by opening the treasure box.
宝箱から出てきたのね、服なんですね。
These are clothing items that he can wear.
リンク今まで裸同然でしたから。
Link was pretty much naked.
これ裸でもできるけどね。
So Bill, you can actually play this nude too if you want.
Not quite my style.
僕のスタイルではないのに遠慮しておきます。
はい、OK です。
That would also make you very vulnerable to enemies, just so you know.
で、敵にもちょっとそれで防備力が下がってしまう。
That will show you the way.
And so we see here one of the functionalities of the Sheikah slate is activating
これがシーカストーンの
this pedestal
機能の一つです。
and opening this door here.
So it starts.
Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
ね、画面にジャンプっていうふうに書かれてます。今回ね、初めてボタンでジャンプするようになりました。
So as you can see on the screen, it says jump. Now Link can jump for the first time.
そのジャンプはああやって壁を登るためなんですね。
And the jump is for him to climb up the wall.
Now we see the subtitle on screen. Perhaps this would be a good time for Aonuma-san to talk about that a little bit.
サブタイトルが画面に出てきましたけども、これについてちょっとご説明いただけますか。
ゼルダってね、今までアイテム名とかキャラクター名がサブタイトルにつくことが多かったんですけど、今回はね、この世界そのものの名前ですよ。
So in the previous titles, we used character names and item names as subtitles, but this time around, we wanted to showcase the world of Zelda.
And I think, especially from that sweeping panoramic shot right there, we see how much of a character the world is, how much of a presence the world is in this. And I know, hearing some of the iterations of possibilities for the subtitle, and you know, I remember the moment when I first heard Breath of the Wild, and it was just like, oh, that's it, that's the right one. It felt so right with in tune with the nature and the sort of expansiveness of this world.
このゲームの背景を見たり、その自然の要素っていうのを見ていると、初めてそのサブタイトルを伺った時に、もうこれだ、これがもうぴったり合うっていうふうに感じました。
はい、こうやってね、どんどんね、壁とか山とか登っていけるんですね。
So Link can climb the mountain or the wall, just like you saw here.
で、横に緑色のゲージがありますけど、頑張りゲージって言って、あれが続く限り登っていけるわけです。
So that is the green, you see the green gauge on the left. That's the stamina gauge, and you can kind of see how much he can climb by that gauge.
で、世界に転がっていろんなものをね、どんどん手に入れることができるわけ。
And then there's a lot of items scattered all around the world, and you can take those, you can pick those up.
任天堂といえば、
And then, as Nintendo, we of course have to have this item right here, mushrooms.
We love our mushrooms.
このキノコは大きくなったりしませんけど、
This mushroom is not going to make Link any bigger.
Good to know.
はい。こうやって大きな岩とかもね、押したりいろいろして、こうやってその世界にあるいろんなものにこうリンクがこういろいろアクションできるんですね。
So as you can see, Link can push off big rocks down the hill. He can use all these little items and elements and incorporate it into gameplay.
See already Bill doing some gathering, a lot of climbing here. And already there's this sense of you're just thrown into this world of exploration right off the bat.
なんか探検をするっ
Head
て
for
い
the
うの
point
が。
marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
誰かに呼ばれました。
Somebody's calling you, Bill.
So here we get our first look at the map. This circular area here being the extent of the E3 demo that we're showing. This is a high plateau in the center of Hyrule. We'll give you just a sneak peek of how big that is, but I think you'll get to see a better look at the scale of the world later on today.
ハイラルの真ん中に位置しているE3 バージョンで見れるマップは後でまた別の機会にお見せしましょう。
Oh, I got a baked apple.
焼きリンゴですね。
怒られちゃいました。
No, you took a baked apple.
He scolded you.
Oh. Now, who is this gentleman, Mr. Aonuma? Would you like to share with people?
この男性は誰なんでしょうか。ご説明いただけますか。
不思議ですね。
He's kind of myserious looking.
ね、一番最初のゼルダで出会ったのもこういう老人でしたよね。
And in the first of the series, I think you met a guy like this.
He says this is the Great Plateau, and he describes it as the birthplace of the Kingdom of Hyrule.
ハイラル王国の誕生の地、始まりの大地という。
もうちょっとなんか遺跡のような感じになってしまってる神殿ですね。
So you can see the temple that's very worn down.
Yes, he says the kingdom is in a state of decay.
なんか王国がちょっと崩壊しているっていう。
どういうことなんでしょう。
So I picked up a tree branch earlier. Currently, it's all I have for a weapon, but you can see very quickly the things that I can do with a tree branch.
でさっき枝をピックアップしたんですけども、これが唯一の今持ってる武器なんだけども、結構いろんなことができる。
そうですね。
And I can.
いろんなことできますけど、そんなにいろいろ火つけたら大変なことになりますよ。
You can do a lot of things, but you can't just set everything on fire.
Right.
So.
I think We've just seen a window into Bill's play style.
ビルのプレイスタイルが今ちょっと垣間見れましたね。
I picked up an axe, and so I can also swap my weapons out. So I'll switch over to the axe. The axe is great because I can chop down trees if I want to get
こう
to
や
some
って木を
apples,
切り倒してリンゴを取った
Use all the
り、
resources.
right? I can even chop the logs that I've
作った
cut
り
to get firewood, which I can later use to set a campfire.
丁寧に全部こう紐で巻いてあるってすごいですね。
So it's very nice, neatly bundled up already for you.
It's amazing.
Convenient. Yeah, I think honestly, first time I got my hands on the realm, I spent the first 20 minutes like chopping down trees and climbing trees. That's all I did.
初めこのゲームを初めてプレイした時にとりあえずもうなんか木を切り倒したり木に登ったりすることに集中してました。
はい。
I've always been a big fan of the Koroks.
コロッケね。この子たちはね、この世界の至る所にこう隠れてるんです。
So these guys are actually hiding everywhere in the world here.
Oh, what do we have
What's-
there?
あれ
Aonuma-san, it looks like I've already come across the Master Sword.
見つかったか。
Maybe you found it.
見つかってしまったか。
Did you get it already? Did you find it?
あ、まずい。
Oh,
残念でした。
no.
Sorry.
こんなところにね、そんな重要なものが置いてあるわけないで
Yeah,
すよ。
there's no way I'm going to play something that important here.
That would be the ultimate in breaking with the Zelda conventions.
それはなんかゼルダの当たり前を見直すっていうのの一番
Now I do need a shield, so I think I'm gonna run up this way. As you can see, the world is open to me. I can go any direction that I want, but I'm gonna run up here through the grass. I have a sword, so perhaps I should cut some grass,
草を切って。
ね、
but nothing's coming out.
でも何も出てきません。
これさ、もうリンクはダメージ受けたらどうやって回復するんだって話ですよね。
So I guess you want to know how Link can get life
はい。じゃあちょっと敵と
after
戦って
getting
み
a
ましょう。
damage. So let's try fighting some of these enemies.
Bill has stumbled onto a goblin camp here.
Oh,
He's gonna dispatch them with some extreme prejudice here, I think.
there we
取り
go.
ましたね。
It's not much of a shield, but I've got a pot lid.
とりあえずシールドをゲットしました。
Uh-oh. Oh, he's taunting me.
あ
Oh no, I'm gonna need some health here in a bit.
No.
あ、
And his sword broke,
壊
so
れちゃいましたね。
Uh-oh.
Oh, your shield broke.
Oh,
there's the
I
shield?
stole his spear.
今回ね、リンクが持ってる武器はね、使ってるうちに壊れちゃうんですよ。
So for this title, the weapons that Link have actually will break as he uses them.
で今ビルも敵からこうやって武器を奪いましたけど、こうやってねどんどん強い敵倒して強い武器を手に入れる、そういうサイクルでこのゲームは進みますね。
So the cycle of this game is that you go into a battle with enemies and then you take their weapons, and then so you can use them as your own.
So perhaps we'll head down and check out some of these ruins.
ビルハートなくなっちゃったじゃない。
Oh,
回復
yes.
しなきゃ。
Your heart's getting a little lower, Bill.
ハートをどうやったら回復できるかというと、
So let's
そ
see
の
how you
キノ
can.
コを取ってましたけど、その下にハートのマーク見えますよね。
So you can see that little heart icon on the
これはハート
mushroom,
が半分回復することを指してます。
and then it shows that you can get half of the heart back if you eat it.
今回はね草を切ってハートで回復するんではなくて、リンクは物を食べて回復します。
So this time around, you're not going to find any hearts in the grass, but you're going to be eating these food items, and you can get your energy, stamina back up.
using that way to replenish your health. There's I love that notion of really having to take advantage of the resources in the world with also with grabbing the weapons we were talking about. You know, you're getting those from enemies. You're finding them in certain places and then using the food as this resource to keep your health up is also really interesting. It's a lot of fun.
周りにある敵の武器だったり
That was
食
brutal.
べ物だったりそうやってリソースを駆使して進めていくっていうゲームのスタイルがすごく楽しいです。
そうですね。だからねちょっとねサバイバルな感じですよね。現地でとにかくいろんなものを調達しなきゃいけないっていう。
So it's almost like a survival game where you have to collect all these items so you can move on with the game.
Nice. So Bill here is executing the flurry rush.
フラリア
ね、あれは今敵の攻撃に対してビルがうまくこうジャンプで避けたんですよね。そうするとスローモーションになって敵にヒットを与えやすくなるんですね。
So when you get a perfect timing, the enemy slows down and then it's easier for you to attack the enemies.
Looks like I got a new pair of trousers, which I've been needing to pick up. So,
新しいパンツをゲットしたので、これに着替えます。
okay. You can see that there's quite a lot to look around at and discover in the world. I'm going to run past those barrels there.
周りにいろいろあるので、いろいろと探求心というか、辺りを見回すのがすごく楽しいです。
Aonuma-san, we don't have a good idea of what's going on in Hyrule here, but everything seems to be in ruin.
ちょっとハイダルが荒廃化というか、なんか遺跡化してしまっているので。
そうですね。これも昔のトレーラーでもお見せしました今回のトレーラーにいたガーディアンですね。
So you saw these guys in the trailer, they're guardians.
っていう敵なんですけど、今動かなくなっちゃってますねもう。
And they're enemies, but as you can see, these guys are not moving anymore.
だからなんかその間にこう時間の経過っていうのがあるんでしょうね。
So there must be some sort of a time lapse.
So I know a lot of people are going to be really excited about how you're dropped into this world, and there's minimal backstory. There's not a lot up front in this game other than here you are. What are you going to do? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And then yet there's so many hints in this environment about that hint of something greater has happened, and I think people will be really interested to see the story sort of unfold as they play the game.
ゲームが始まってから、どのような舞台設定なのかっていうのはユーザーさんの方でまだ詳しく分かりませんけども、こうやってゲームを進めていくうちにいろいろとヒントが見つかって、こんなんなんじゃないか、あんなんなんじゃないかっていうふうに考え始めることでユーザーさんも楽しまれるんじゃないでしょうか。
そうですね。やっぱりそういうことが自然とこう分かってくるっていうのが面白いじゃないですか。ゲームって端的にこういろいろ伝えたくなっちゃうんですけど、今回はねそういうところがもうじわじわとこう分かってくる形になってるので、ぜひ楽しみにしてほしいと思いますね。
So I think with this title, you'll be able to learn these backstories, like you said, Ed. That you'll be able to learn them little by little on your own pace. It's not that the game is telling you, but you can kind of explore and find out on your own.
This might also be a good time to talk a little bit about the art style and just the nature of the game itself. If you look at Link and the world, it's clearly deeply inspired by Japanese animation.
で、今このリンクのアートスタイルなんかを見ると、日本のアニメに随分と影響を受けているんじゃないかっていうふうなことが感じられますけど、どうでしょうか。
そうですね。ゼルダでいうとね、風のタクトの時にトゥーンっていう表現を使って。そのアニメーションの表現を取り入れてみたんですけれども、それはねそういう世界が広くその自然の中にものがあるんですけど、それをはっきり分からせるためには描き込むよりももっと簡素なマイナスしていくね、削っていってはっきりそれを分からせるこういうアニメーションの技法の方がゲームには向いてると思うんですね。
So we've used this tune like style before in the previous title, but in order for the players to see an item, to find an item, it's actually easier to use the animation style where you create something and then you shave off the elements, so the users will be able to identify the items easier rather than adding on elements to the background.
なのでそのアニメーションっていうその技法を使って表現するっていうことがテーマではなくて、それをねゲームの規模に合わせてそれを選んだっていうことなんですね。
So the theme here is not that we wanted to create an animation style game, but we wanted to use this art style and then match it to the functions of this game. So because the players will be able to explore and do anything that they want to, we couldn't use the conventional types of music where we know that where the users would go, and we can kind of get the music more dynamic as the users explore certain areas of the map. So this time around, we kind of took a different approach.
なので今回は、ゲームの BGM をですね、環境音、今大自然の中のこの音がありますけど、それに融合させるような BGM の使い方をしてるんですね。
So as you can hear, there's a lot of environmental sounds that you hear throughout the game, and then we try to blend that music, that sound into the game as much as we can.
先ほどから見ていただいてたまにこう流れてくるピアノのねがあると思うんですけど。
And then you can hear a little piano, sounds of piano throughout the game, I think.
ピアノのね音っていうのはこの自然の音にすごくマッチするんですね。
And then the sounds of piano actually matches this nature element very well.
なおかつ人の内面にこう働きかけるような響きを。
And then the sounds of piano actually kind of strikes a chord in people's emotions too. So I think it works really well.
なのでリンクが何かの目的のもとで何かをしようとしているときにたまたま偶然にまたそのピアノの曲に出会うとですね、ぐっと気持ちが盛り上がってくるんですね。
So when you're playing the game and when Link goes through something, and then if that piano sound happens to come on, it kind of it makes you feel so emotional just hearing that perfect match of the movement and the music.
だって本当の偶然の出会いなんですよ。だから100人いたら100人の人が違う体験をするっていう、それを感じてほしくてそういう。
So the music is our intention was to, because this game it has 100 ways of playing it if there is 100 players playing it. So we kind of wanted to make that that very unique experience for every player.
I know longtime fans of the series, that's going to be one of the first things they notice. You know, there's not the constant theme music always present everywhere you go. And this new take on the on the aural experience is really refreshing. It's true to the game, and it does resonate. It feels really good to play.
ゼルダファンにとっては常にこうテーマ音楽が流れているようなバックグラウンド流れているような感じではないので、やっぱり今回のBGM に関してはすごくみんな気づくと思うんですけれども違いに。でもやっぱり青沼さんがおっしゃったように本当に心にグッとくるような音楽なので、すごくこのプレイスタイルに合っていると思います。
よかったです。
Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that, Ed.
Bill continuing
There we
his
go.
campaign of brutality.
裸ですね。
Oh,
Yes, I forgot to-
Bill Link,
Sorry, I forgot to put my pants on.
you kind of rushed
Just like
yourself.
any other day.
So we do have, one of the things that we're not showing in this morning segment that's going to be coming up in just a little bit is puzzle solving. You'll be seeing some of that today. You'll be seeing quite a bit of exploration and the ways to use the objects that you've discovered. But one of the things, there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of experiment with the environment and the world here in Breath of the Wild. So I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with a little project I want to try out here.
後々午後のセグメントでは謎解きだったりいろいろな他のマップの他のエリアの探求なんかもしますけど、ちょっと今回はビルがやりたかったビルのプロジェクトにちょっと今集中して。
集中してて何をしてんのこれ。
Oh. Okay, well,
I like that you call this setup a project, Bill.
Let's see. Do
ほぼ
I?
何がしたいか分かりません。
I don't know what you're trying to do here, Bill.
Let's see if it's close enough. Nope. Oh.
Get another club?
Let's see if we can make that happen. Oh, no, not quite.
あ、なんとなく分か
Club
った
book try one
Maybe I have an
more.
idea here.
Oh,
Hey, you live.
I did. I survived.
死なずに。
Well done.
Now,
でもかなりやばい状態
that
なんで
was
But look at your heart, Bill.
that was quite dangerous.
Thank you for joining us.
And now we're going to do some exploring and just check out a little bit more of what the plateau has to offer.
Yeah, and yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do some climbing, shall
Yeah,
we?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mr. Anuma and Bill kind of looked around the bottom of the temple. So now I'm gonna go up and see how the world will look like.
It should be noted that the first time I found this temple, I tried to climb up the other side where there's no ladder, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
fell and I died.
Yeah,
Do you feel
I
that, like-
didn't know there's another neither.
You did that and you felt so proud of yourself.
Yeah, I did.
And it was only later you walked around and was like, oh, ladder.
Yeah. Well, the game encourages you to climb. What can I say? I figured I was doing the right thing.
Have to be careful.
Steady.
No!
We already had Bill set himself on fire.
That
it's
is
all right.
true.
Even
Yeah,
if you plunge
yeah,
your
yeah,
death,
yeah.
I don't think it's.
Does that mean
I don't
we
think
have
it's a
to
bad
ramp
thing.
it up now? We're just going to, we have to beat him, I think, on the glorious death front.
All right, then I'm just gonna go up.
Challenge
Think
accepted.
ooh, this is my favorite moment. When I go up to the peak, I can actually see the sun coming up.
Yeah,
That's
it's kind of
so
scary actually how many
amazing.
times I've done that playing early builds of this game where you just sort of you want to get to high spaces so you can just look around different times of day, different weather. You know, it just
Oh, yeah.
the scenery is so fantastic.
That's
Just
interesting how much it changes.
amazing
And especially
look.
here, since we don't have any control as we're showing this game off to what the weather's going to do. So it's nice right now that we've got a good scene to show people, but it could just easily be raining and
So since this is an
terrible.
exploration segment, I kind of want to try to explore a lot, and I'm going to try to head toward the highest peak in this plateau, which I think is that thing. So
Yes.
I'm going to use the scope and see. So using the scope, you can actually pin things, so you can see where you're heading toward. So right now I'm right here. And I'm trying to go to the Mount Hylia, the highest peak on this plateau we're on.
And it's crazy thinking this is just the plateau that we have visible here, but this is a tiny portion of the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
This
you
is
can explore in
how
this game.
big the world is.
Having that the topographical details on the map too are hugely important. It's like when you look at it when you're sitting there staring at your map and trying to figure out how to get somewhere, you can see obviously if you have huge elevation gains that you have to get over, planning your route becomes really important.
Yep. And just for the Treehouse Live, Mr. Anuma gave us a very
yeah, that's
special
right.
bonus. So we can actually use the paraglider in this one. So I'm going to try to take the scenic route.
You're going in the drink. You're going in the water.
Oh,
No.
Are you going to make it?
Maybe. I will make it. I will make it. Yes. Not it. Oh, wait. There's something here. Is that
Resources.
Shiny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's actually one thing I found really useful about being able to plan your location before you actually get going, because the number of times I've gotten waylaid by collecting stuff or hunting, or I'm just
Yeah.
totally off of where I intended to go, and then I can check and be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to go over there. I should get back to that when I'm done collecting stuff.
No, that happens all the time. Like every nook and cranny. I mean, it's not like you're going to find, this incredible sword around every nook and cranny, but there's always something. It's like whether it's an apple or it's something that you're going to use later on. There's secrets everywhere. So you get really distracted.
And I collect everything I see.
I feel like I just saw Bill doing a naked speed run down this path. Like, luckily we're going a different route. He went down the path. We're going up.
Yep, we're going to the different direction. Oops. So this is actually the peak or the cliff Link first come out from the Resurrection Cave, I think. That's where it was, I think.
Yeah.
And he came up right here.
Hey, in case anybody's wondering too, because we obviously just went through Mr. Aonuma's section. The first time you pick something up, it stops and tells you what it is, but thereafter, if you pick up the same item, you're not going to get interrupted with sort of that little text bubble telling you what it is. You
Yeah,
just pick it up and just keep rolling.
Okay. So my destination is actually behind me, but I'm going to try to go around this cave and do some climbing and jumping.
I
love doing that.
It's so interesting how with this game, so much of it is being able to take your adventure into your own hands,
Yep.
do whatever you want to do, go where you want to go.
Yep.
And starting the game, one of the first things you can do is just run yourself off
Dive off the cliff. Yeah, I totally did that.
Yeah,
Wait.
I found I've made I've made many entertaining mistakes as I've been exploring, and I've got a little maybe over enthusiastic.
But I mean, somebody could have, instead of going down that path as the game sort of gently guides you to do, somebody could have just taken a left out of that cave and come right up here if they wanted to.
Yep.
And then they'd get in
You
trouble.
decided what to do. Oh, wait.
Oh,
I
Chico, come
noticed
on.
it. Oh, really?
I missed him.
Chico, it
That
should be
one's
noted
gone.
for those of you guys who are watching, Chico likes to shoot everything that moves, but you don't have to do that. Of course, obviously,
It
if you there are, you can survive and play this entire game without hunting innocent animals like
Don't-
Chico. Well, no, and
Just
bad
for the
animals. Bad
record, I'm
animals.
an animal lover, so, you know.
Girls got to eat.
And actually, this is something that folks probably noticed during the Aonuma segment, that this area is really taken over by bokoblins. So you have to be really careful as you're running around these hills.
Like that
there are all
one?
these little encampments that you can run across. And
Yep.
depending on which direction you come at them from, you could be climbing from the other way, crest that hill, and suddenly you're smack in the middle of this camp.
Yeah. These
They
guys have a
are-
really sweet camp. Look at
yeah.
the view from that camp. That is where I would camp.
And they have meat. I want meat.
Nice roll.
So much for their peaceful
Oh.
camping.
Ah, you missed it.
You got their attention, though.
Wait.
That's all right. They're stupid.
Yeah. They're not.
They might just
They're like, that was just an
blue
exploding
shiny
grasshopper. Yeah, it just went over there and blew up.
Oh.
Nice roll.
things. Maybe not. I think there's a
I think you got, yeah, you got a
bear
good.
taking it.
Oh man, Chico's
Just
taking it in her
gonna
own hands.
Okay. I wanted to get them
Oh, and
before
they
they
got
get
the
the weapon, but
Oh, you went over the side. Chico, come on.
what? I'm just trying to
These
get
dudes are
their
chilling. They're like, we
meat.
got our permit, we got our giant hunk of meat. We're gonna have a little camp.
They were
Oh,
looking forward to such a good time.
no, they're bad. They're bad
Look,
creatures.
look at this giant meat.
Yeah,
it's
you gotta
glistening.
grab that.
Yes, I
It
have.
looks so delicious.
Haha.
Oh, seared. Well, would have been a good meal for him.
Yeah, well, I will enjoy it for them.
Finders keepers. They're no longer here, so it's all
Since-
Chico's.
And now you're gonna burn their stuff. That's
Yep.
good. Sort
Just
of
to
a.
make sure. Haha. You
Oh,
can
that's yeah,
set fire on that.
Oh, there
thing.
might be something in there.
Maybe. I should wait.
Yeah, it's so interesting when we saw the that rolling issue we were having over that crest there, but
Nothing.
you really have to take physics into account
Oh, yeah.
whenever you're doing
Oh,
anything in this
Look,
game.
look at that. There's something more.
Oh yeah, go down there.
Well, it's going to have a really real effect on what's going on.
Stuff everywhere. So
Yeah.
this is ore. You can of course whale on this. You could also blow it up. Various
Oh, that's
minerals
right.
and other
Yeah,
things.
Yeah. I should do that.
You gotta
That's
save that
easier.
axe. It's like you might need that. Maybe a square bomb.
Wait. Wait. I have to change it. Okay. So there are two different types of remote bomb in this one, and the square one is much easier to just keep it in place. Oops, I won't do it.
And the spheres, unfortunately, were all that
Whoa.
shadows.
Oh, aha.
Big old cloud just went overhead.
Actually, can we look up for a second? I just want to see if that cloud's...
Yeah, hold on.
It might have been a zeppelin. I'm just kidding. There's no zeppelins in this game. Just
I don't
weather, I
you can
think.
see that.
It's fast, it's good. I was a little worried a storm was rolling in and everything was going to start getting all slippery and
There's another
difficult to
camp
navigate.
over there. So one of the different thing about this game is that many of the bokoblins actually live in the camp instead of just scattering
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, that's true. You kind of you'll run into some monsters that are just sort of wandering the
Oh, yeah.
environment, but they actually have their own little communities. They'll gather in camps and
Yep. Just having fun until
chilling.
Link comes over.
Making
Tries
their
to take
evil
care of giant
plots.
meat.
And like Chico's showing right here, right now, it's that you have all this environment to explore and at your own pace, and you can just climb everything and just try to investigate in different ways and take different paths. It's not linear or anything. You
Yep.
just choose your own adventure.
And there's
And-
so much hidden goodness to find.
Right?
So
if
if that cliff had
explore.
been higher, like her stamina wheel basically, it allowed her to get that high. But like if that had been a higher cliff, you probably would have had to find another way
Yeah,
around.
so I
Exactly.
kind of have to know like what's my limit before I start climbing up.
Getting into some serious elevation here.
Look
I
at
love this about the
that.
game. It feels like look around for just 1 second, Chico. I love how the natural progression of the environment sort of looks like you would expect sort of as you go up into like sort of mountain meadows and stuff like that. You'd expect the trees to change. You know, you'd expect some more like sort of wild meadows, and then as you get into an area with snow, it's like the transitions feel really like a
yeah.
natural world to me.
Looking in that other direction, there's a very ominous direction on the
Yeah,
horizon.
let's not go there today.
Yeah.
Stay
Let's try to
here
stay
where
on the
it's-
plateau.
There's no
Safer.
bokoblins. Oh, wait, I couldn't take that.
I don't know if we're going to be able to stop Chico from just sort of going and
I
attacking
just
everything
like
she
to
sees.
collect things.
That's all right. No, it's good. Especially because it illustrates that you really can approach this 1,000 different ways. I mean, the last one you sort of sent in some bombs to introduce yourself to him, but didn't have to.
Oh, he sees.
Sentry. He doesn't see you.
And actually,
Oh, he definitely doesn't see you now.
the enemy AI is really interesting because depending on what you're fighting,
Did they notice me?
these
Yeah.
guys behave a certain way. Different enemies will behave more aggressively or more cautiously. But I think we noticed in
And
an
he had
earlier
the
section
fire.
there with that first camp where they actually hadn't picked up their
set me on
weapons yet. So if
fire.
you're being able to get involved
Really?
before they grab their weapons, it might have been easier, but then they have a chance to grab their gear. They'll
totally.
actually grab each other's gear.
Yeah, if you sneak in and grab their weapons, they basically sit there and try to pick up dirt.
Oh yeah, before bombs that you won't. They're just like, come on,
Yeah, this like, stay
get out
away
of my
from me.
camp.
Or you can, Chico just used an axe there, which you can actually use to knock shields out of enemy hands. The heavier weapons can knock out shields. Then picked up his weapons, and now it's like, what is this dude going to do? It's not going to do anything.
Oh, there's my.
Yeah, check him out. Dude, like,
It's just
I think that was
Right.
dirt. That might have been some dude.
Let's call it dirt.
Yeah, I think it was
It
dirt.
seems safe.
Oh, there's a straggler
Better
there.
than something more unpleasant.
Picking up the-
And it's actually interesting too that right now we're fighting during a fairly nice sunny clear day, but how this would go and also how the bokoblins would behave might be very different if we came back here at night or if we came here during different weather.
That's right. A lot of enemies sleep at night. You can sneak in, steal all their stuff. You could sneak out afterwards too if you want, but in general, I'm sure Chico wouldn't do that. She would leave no sleeping enemies alive. And so what happened right there, obviously, is Chico cleared the entire area out. And this particular camp had a chest that was locked and was tied to the enemies around it. So when you
there's a
defeat them,
sword, too.
nice. That's an upgrade.
But essentially, you can interact with everything in this environment. Like, there's steel boxes on the screen right now. Just Chico can't really interact with them, but later on in the later segments, we'll talk about like how you can open it.
Oh, that terrain over there is
Oh,
so
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it looks sort of like desert buttes. Not going there today. We are staying on the plateau.
Yeah. But there's this suspicious rocks or stone pillar, so of course I'm gonna try to climb up on that thing. Oh, and there's another tree house.
Oh, wow.
These guys have really
That-
built it up. They got
oh,
a
yeah.
nice place.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that actually is really nice. They got the deluxe camp.
Yeah, it's a better one.
Yeah, look at
I'm
that.
not
They
sure
got
if
like
Chico's
they got.
gonna let that one stand or not.
You can burn that entire camp down, Chico.
I don't know. Maybe.
Come in like an avenging
Maybe.
fury.
Oh,
I need to take them out first.
Are you
Make
gonna
sure I
make
can
it
do
out
I
there?
will.
Alright.
They have some
you got
faith.
enough stamina?
She's gonna get it. Yeah, she's got it.
I've actually found that's one of the things that's been really fun about all of us being able to play at work and the different experiences that we've had in the game. And really just comparing notes about how different the experience can be, where certain people are really focused on just rampant destruction and waging a one-man war against the goblins. Other folks are focusing more on hunting or exploring, and depending on how you choose to focus your adventure, it's so different.
Yep.
And just talking to people, like I can talk to any other person in the office, and we've had a completely different experience with the game.
Yeah, totally. So Chico was just while we were talking about that, Chico basically scouted this camp with her Sheikah slate, and you can see that actually by identifying the individual enemies, you can see how strong they are. And yeah, it looks like there's a serious one back there.
Yeah.
I don't think you may not be geared up to do
Nah,
that.
not right now.
Give it a pass.
So
Probably
yeah, I
move
should.
along.
Let's go.
So
Let's go to the peak.
Yeah.
You can also see that she's got, once she marked that spot on her map, you can see it down on the mini map. So even if it's not specifically in the little radius of your immediate map, you'll at least have a beacon to go.
Oh, actually, since those guys will probably be fun to fight maybe later if we have time, would it be worth marking them on the map so we can keep track of where they are?
First, she's got to get geared up. Chico is very cold right now.
It's always so sad to see Link like
Yeah, that animation makes
completely
you feel really
freezing.
Yeah, but before I go, I definitely want to map that thing. I think it was on this side.
Yeah, that's it right there.
So I'm going to use the
Skull.
Skull.
Go skull.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So
To
now
be killed later.
That's death. You don't want to go
I
there.
don't know. Wait, do I have it better? Yep. It's fine.
So what Chico just did, obviously, was she went into a colder zone. You can see from the temperature gauge there that she went somewhere that was beyond sort of her current clothing, and you're going to lose health if you don't gear up or otherwise warm yourself. Clothing is only one way that you can do it, but for the purpose of this demo, you should put on a nice little tunic.
Yep.
Well, why
Teaser for me to focus on traveling.
don't you take a dip in that lake? You ever do that?
Huh?
Polar bear? Polar bear club. Come on.
Refreshing, I guess.
No polar bear club.
When you play, you can do it.
Those look like shoes. What is that stuff?
Oh, you're right.
Choo-choo jelly. Sweet. Lot of stuff in this game. I don't even know what that stuff does. I've been playing this game forever. Have you ever made anything out of jelly? You gotta be able to make something out of it.
I don't know, cooking?
So we kind of touched on it, but maybe we could talk about how with this game, like the weather changes and it actually affects like the gameplay itself.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, I mean, among other things, it makes it so that nobody's going to have the same experience in this particular area. I mean, if you come into an area when it's at night and raining, it may be a totally different experience than when you come in there broad daylight. The enemies will be behaving differently. The terrain behaves differently. I mean, sudden downpours can put out campfires and stuff like that. So it really is dynamic, and that's in the truest sense of the word. It's dynamic in the sense that you just the time of day could affect how you approach a particular mountain. It gets colder at higher elevations at night than it does during the day. So even that'll affect how you explore.
It's interesting how rain affects climbing, because if it's slippery, it's just a lot harder to climb, so you're not going to be able to hit things. And every once in a while, you're going to hit a point where maybe you just have to wait for the weather to pass.
Yep, totally. Which I never do. I'm going somewhere else. There's always something else to do around the corner. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait for this weather to pass.
It just adds to the puzzle and the strategy of like where should I go next? So maybe I should come here later and just mark it and just go explore elsewhere.
I'm impressed that you're going around paths. See me, I'm like straight line. I climb over absolutely everything in my path unless I don't have the stamina to do it.
I don't think Chico's following a straight path though.
She was sticking a little bit to it.
Just will get to it, you know?
I find these moments when you're cresting a
sunset.
climb.
Uh-oh, I have to get
really kind of
Gotta pause and appreciate the sunset. You're going all the way to the peak for the sunset. You're such a romantic, Chico.
But it's so pretty. You see everything.
Can I make it? Can I make it?
Yeah, you'll make it. Sunset's nice. Oh yeah.
I was too late. A little bit too
Oh,
much.
that's all right. It's still nice.
That's cool. Some really interesting cloud cover moving over there.
Sit back, crack an elixir, you know. Enjoy it.
Oh, sunset.
That's nice.
Oh.
All right, so are we at the peak? Oh yeah, we are.
Oh,
Nice little men here there. Wait, no, it says search. You got to grab something. There's something there.
I will do it later.
All right. God, you need resources.
Just want to see what's around.
Oh man.
Yeah. This is the highest peak on the plateau, but of course there's more higher stuff outside the plateau,
Yeah,
so you guys have to explore it later.
That's crazy to think about, actually.
Yeah.
This seems like it should be the highest point in the entire land, and it's definitely not.
Yeah, it's just everything's so vast, but the higher you get, the farther you can see, and it just makes planning so much easier.
It's nice seeing in the distance how we've got some illumination marking locations. So there's some certain sites that are really going to catch your eye as you look over the horizon.
I know. I'm so distracted by all this stuff now. I want to mark all those shrines. Go to those.
To-do list.
So I saw a waterfall over there, so I'm going to try to go. But first.
You're giving me vertigo.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, this is something that I don't think we even have on the demo on the floor. So folks who are here aren't going to get to play with this. It's only folks who are watching the stream that get to hopefully watch us not fly into the water.
Stalfos is hid. Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, got his weapon too. Haha.
Oh, grab it. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's all right. You can use that for something.
Yeah.
Make a necklace?
I don't know.
I don't think we could do that. Can we do that? Gross. Necklace of teeth?
Is it high enough? Am I high enough?
Yeah, totally.
I'm just snowboarding.
That's
I
right.
should be good here.
I know, that's right.
Oh, wow. Actually, take a look at the moon over there. It's come out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there's some keys over there. Yeah, I have to go up.
Wow, yeah,
to
you're
my
right.
bunny hill first. Or not.
I came with the buddy.
Oh, you are a dead shot, Chico.
Seriously.
See, I
really
normally
good.
just wait in there with a sword, but you're actually smart to do that because if you fight Stalfos at night with a sword, you generally knock their heads off, but then the head survives and goes and tries to find its body and put it back together.
They can swap their heads too.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And actually, if you take a look at them afterwards, sometimes their limbs will still be moving after you defeat them. It's like, oh.
Oh, that's right.
Creepy.
That is so cool. It's my favorite feature of them all.
Yeah, I can actually do snowboarding here.
Climb a high hill. Oh, nice.
No.
Oh,
I stepped
Ice keys.
I was wondering if you could take that jump, actually. If we start high enough, we just...
I'm sorry, what?
I was probably
I'm sorry, I was
leading you to
murdering
your
this
doom.
bat.
You probably
It's
don't want
keys.
to listen.
Jeez, it's not bad.
I know. It's
It's a
keys.
monster. Okay?
Oh, calling out my cred.
So there's this.
So that little move that Chico just did, riding on her shield surfing, I think we're calling it.
Yep.
That does degrade your shield, so it's not like you could do that forever. Well, I mean, you can. You just have to go get more shields, but you can't ride on that thing forever and expect it not to take damage.
Yeah.
You
Just
might
like
need it. You know.
weapons, yeah, they do break.
Yeah, exactly. With all your
I see it
weapons and your
chest.
gear, they have also their own stats. So the more you use them, the more you wear them.
You want to save your
found
favorites
another
for special
Get that.
occasions.
Yeah. The cool thing that I actually found out is that if you're shield surfing, you can do other things at the same time, like shoot an arrow. So
Oh, really?
that just invites more exploration and people to just keep trying stuff. So it's super cool.
Yeah, I got fire arrow now. Such a cool stuff.
So I know during the
everywhere.
video we showed right at the beginning of the day, we showed Link swimming, but I can't remember here for what is.
Look at this.
Hang on a second. Chico wants to blow a tree up.
Set more things on fire.
Oops, I was too hard.
I think you can leave the tree be. Come on. You are such a force of destruction.
I think we just found out
I'm just
that
trying
it
out
might be
my
an
new
evil tree.
stuff.
Might be.
Okay, so
I think Chico's a pyro.
Yeah, Chico likes
I
playing.
just got
She likes it in the
fire
office too.
arrow, and I just wanted to try it out. Leave me alone. Okay, so there's a waterfall. So usually when there's a waterfall, you know
Zelda
something
1.
is gonna be there.
The first Zelda has taught us this.
Oh, yeah,
Check
that water looks
waterfalls.
super cold.
Yep. I'm just gonna try not to go too far.
Oh,
Nice
Nice save.
save.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
hopefully people when they're playing the demo here, hopefully don't go jumping off cliffs thinking they can activate the
This
paraglider.
is just for the treehouse life.
Yeah,
Look at this.
there we go.
Haha.
nice.
Nice detour.
chest. Haha. And then it's 14. So
This is actually a really good trove. So, I mean, we were talking about that earlier. There's little stuff everywhere. So, I mean, you might look behind it in a little nook and cranny that looks suspicious, and sometimes you might find an awesome trove like this that has tons of treasure chests. But sometimes you might find some apples or some acorns or something like that. But all of those things have value. Like there's never a time when you're sort of looking around and see something suspicious and you're like, oh, why did I come into this corner? There's just stuff everywhere, and it's all useful. I don't think we're talking about all about it in this segment, but we'll probably go into some of the details of how you use ingredients and stuff later on.
It's funny, honestly, sometimes in the middle of a hard battle, an apple is the most valuable treasure
I
you've
know.
got. And you're
I
like,
know.
1 second, I have to eat this. Give me a second.
More fire arrows. That's the last thing we need to give Chico.
Oh God, you're right.
You may be
So
geared up to.
Speaking of fire arrow, maybe I can go back to the treehouse and burn it.
Oh no.
I don't know. What do you think?
Wait, are you talking about the real treehouse?
Yeah, not our actual
no, not
treehouse.
treehouse.
Okay.
We got
I
time.
think those goblins might be in for a bad day.
I'm wasting it.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are the.
I'm not
yeah,
wasting
those are
it
little
anymore.
guys.
That did look really cool, though.
That's probably the right weapon to use if you really want to damage an enemy that's made out of ice. I would imagine fire
Oh
arrows
yeah.
are probably the thing to do.
But if you use them all here, we can't go burn stuff later.
That's right. That's how
have to
Chico has to
economize.
manage her resources. Do you really want to burn this thing?
Jeez.
Yeah, that's.
Look at that moon.
Hey, wait! Double check your map. I actually.
What,
Oh
what,
yeah,
what,
no. I was trying to remember where you stuck that skull. Oh yeah, it's on that same
I'm
bank.
going toward it.
So yeah, we did. I think you were starting to say this earlier, Sam, but you can.
more.
We saw Link jumping in the water earlier.
Oh,
That was much more temperate water.
Yeah.
This is a frozen mountain lake. You're gonna die.
No. I am not dying.
Get that
I am
apple.
not.
Or the steak. You took the cheese.
Oh God. That was. Oh.
It's only death
Man.
and destruction
Why
when
don't
it
you-
comes to Chico.
Oh wow, you got a Korok leaf out of it. That's good. That shows.
I will say I love playing with Chico. I actually watched her shoot a butterfly with an arrow once.
Really?
That's-
Yeah,
that really
I didn't
shouldn't
know
be.
you could do that, but
Me
she
neither.
won't pull that off.
And there,
shouldn't be allowed to
so
do
I
that.
had to try it.
That's impressive.
He told me he can do it, so I had to try and make sure I can do it too.
Your little explosive demonstration back there, though, we should call out that, obviously that tree fell down because it was in a destruction zone. You see trees, I mean, you can damage them. I think when people saw the trailer and there was that sort of sequence of Link knocking a tree to cross a chasm, it's not like that's the only tree that you can chop down. It's like you basically can chop down anything you see. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's back, he's got his head.
Get his arm.
I will.
Actually, let's see if
Look
we,
at that,
if we
look
can
at
take a closer look at one of the arms once they're...
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
there's
just
one in front of you
slowly
there.
creeping.
oh, he's putting. Chico, what I want you to do is take his arm and then beat him with it.
It's right. Oh, there, grab that one.
Oh wait, he
Oh,
took it.
no.
Oh, grab it. Yes.
Nice.
This is so
No, I
gross.
can't. So I have to.
You have
I
too many
already have
things.
enough
Maybe ditch a
weapons. Yeah.
The arm is way more
Pick
fun.
up the same
wait,
club.
wait.
Oh no, he's got it back, I think. He's putting it back on.
Sorry.
You are getting outwitted by things that they have no brains.
Fine. Are you saying I'm
There it is.
don't have?
Well, they have a rudimentary intelligence. I'm just
Wait.
Nice.
There you go.
got it.
Did I take it?
Yeah, you
yeah,
did.
you got it.
So we got to equip that for a second, I think, just to show it off because it's so creepy.
It's really creepy.
Yeah,
Look at
get
that.
him with it. Teach him a
still
lesson.
Yeah.
There you go.
God.
Using his own arm.
That guy too. That's right.
It really is fun experimenting with things
Look
that
at
you
that,
maybe
it's
don't
still
think
moving
of as
on the
weapons,
ground,
but
too.
they
Yep.
do the job.
Yeah, I mean, we already showed it obviously in
hands.
Mr. Random's segment, but going out of that cave and instead of being handed a sword by an old man, getting a crappy tree branch that's sitting right there on the ground.
Snake. Oh.
Look.
That arm is pretty creepy when it's sheathed too,
They're
because
trying
it's
to
still
get
like
together.
I
clawing
know.
at the back of Link, and it's like grabbing
That
at
was
him.
good. It's intimidating. If I saw that dude, I wouldn't fight him. He's got like a moving severed arm on his back.
So we've got a little bit of time left. Should we see if we can check out that tree fort before we wrap up?
Yeah.
Chico's
Awesome.
gonna mount an assault. I'm psyched to see this. And then she's gonna ride the waterfall.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
We actually tried that once.
Heights.
It's
Yeah.
dramatic.
There's no way they have the range over here. You can just bomb them.
I like the word epic. I thought it was an epic ending.
Okay, wait. Oh, I have to go. Oh, it's almost breaking, isn't it?
That's right. You
Okay.
got a spare bow. That bow is better, anyways. They got better tech than you. Oh, they have no idea. Nice shot.
Seriously.
Whoa. Good aim.
Oh, no.
A little low. Compensate for the wind shear.
Ha.
Oh. Oh, he shot back.
Huh? He's mad at me. I bet. Yes.
All right. Well, that's I think about all the time that we've got here today. But we'll leave the fate of those bokoblins up to folks' imaginations. We'll let them be for now.
Wild. For this segment, we're going to be focusing on some weapons and combat.
Yep. And before you go to a serious battles, you always want to make sure you have enough stuff. So I'm going to raid somebody's house right here.
You're gonna steal his stuff. Let's
No,
be
I'm
real.
just borrowing it. Okay.
You're gonna return it
Yes,
later.
I will return
give
them
it back.
Definitely.
if I don't break them. We'll see. Yes.
So Chico's raiding this place, picking up an axe.
At least I'm
Couple
not
items.
breaking their base, so that's fine.
What are you doing not breaking their base?
Well,
okay, I'm a bad
we're
influence.
breaking the convention of Zelda this time.
That's
so.
true. That's true. I would have broken the base. That's
I
just
know,
me.
I know.
So you got a good variety of weapons already just from there. You got a
Yep, yep, yep.
pitchfork, you got a spear, otherwise known as a poke and stick.
Big
you
focus
got
stick.
all kinds of good stuff.
Yes. So each weapon have different type of movements and actions. So you have to kind of know what you're doing and what kind of enemies you're facing next. And I'm going to this camp nearby.
Get him in the head.
Oh,
Do it.
do you see that? He's
Let him-
like
let-
he's
let him
eating
scratch.
his own something.
He's
Oh.
scratching his butt.
Uh-oh, I
He's
didn't
got
do
this
it.
coming. Oh no.
Oh no!
Now he's gonna tell his
Shoot.
friends about you.
Uh-oh. Fine.
He sounded the call.
Fine. That case, I'm just
Oh,
gonna
you're
throw
not scared
it.
though.
Oh no! He just.
Oh. Get him.
Ha!
Watch out for the dude with the fire torch.
I wanted to actually show different one how the axe moves. So this one's heavier, so movement is
Oh, but it's slower.
yep. And then but the attack range is bigger, so it's nice to try out when you're
Oh,
really.
You're hungry
Really?
now.
Yeah.
Need some food.
I definitely
Nom,
need
nom,
to
nom.
eat. Okay.
Lincoln is at his best with a full tummy.
Yeah, and then it looks like the axe is not a good one to use for him, so I'm going to switch it to spear, which has better range, and I don't have to worry about this guy attacking me with it.
And so I think what people will notice here, Chico, is that that skewer that you ate gave you these temporary hearts, which is sort of a new wrinkle to.
Yeah. I think we're going to talk about it a little bit later, I guess, about the cooking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think so.
see. We're gonna keep that
You
a
can
secret
talk.
for now.
No, it's no secret, but
Come
we
on,
can talk
Ed.
more about it. And maybe people already know that I like the meat, so I'm gonna take it with me.
Are you going to steal their steak?
Yes.
Take it all.
No, they don't. They no longer need it. So I'm
That's
just
true. They were going to waste it.
Exactly. So put the fire on the torch
Nice.
because I see this suspicious thing over here.
If you see something suspicious, light it on
Always
fire.
burn it.
Always
Yes.
That's what you do. Not in life, just in the game.
Just in the game. I have little kids at home too.
Yes.
so I will not do that. And there's a honeybee.
It seems like a good idea. Shooting some bees.
Yep. Switch it. Switch it. Are they coming after
Here
me?
they come.
I knew it. I knew it. Leave me alone. Ha. Bye-bye. No. Seriously. You're gonna keep coming at me. Bye-bye.
Preferred weapon against bees, two-handed broadsword.
Yes.
And I can get the honeybee there, and I can
Nice.
use that for cooking later. Very thoughtful too.
And get some treasure.
Yeah. So I was just using the two-handed sword now. So even just a sword, there's like a one-handed and a two-handed one. And of course, two-handed one is better, more powerful. However, you won't be able to use the shield, so you can't kind of protect yourself well. Okay. I sacrifice them. I'm gonna make sure I get all the stuff. And the only reason that all those like item menu screen comes up is because that was the first time I picked up that specific item. Once I picked up that one again, the second time it's not gonna show up, so
Right.
you don't have to worry about seeing that over and over.
Yeah, you get a nice description once you pick it up, but then you're done. You
Yeah.
can see it in your menu if you want to, but
I actually like seeing that when I find a new item because that way, like, I know what the the damage level is, or what kind of things it is, how can I use it. So that's a good information to know.
yeah.
Great. Looks like there's another bokoblin camp over there.
Yeah, we mentioned this in the last segment. We're picking on the poor bokoblins this time. That's because
Right.
they're the predominant enemy in this Great Plateau area. There are lots of other enemies to mess with in the
yeah.
world at large, but these guys are going to get all of it for now.
And then maybe some of you noticed that on the right bottom there's a purple thing, like a gauge moving. That's a sound gauge. So when I move around, I make noise that moves a lot more. And if I walk around just like this, it makes even bigger movement. Oh, I moved too close.
Oh. Ooh, they're suspicious.
No, I don't want you to notice me. So I'm now crouching down, trying to be a little more sneaky. And there's another innocent bokoblins, enjoying their
Well, not
evening.
innocent.
Well,
They're
that's true. They
horrible
will come
people.
after me. So no, they're not people.
They're
not
horrible
people.
things.
Yes, monsters.
Horrible monsters.
This is another way to use a honeybee. They're basically naked, so when they see the bees actually go after them, and they don't like it. So when they see the bees, they actually go after it. Ah, sorry, I'm a little busy right now. Oops. Change it to something else.
Switch it up. The one-handed sword.
Oh no, this guy's.
Nice.
Oh, you got him though.
Oh, nice.
Sorry. And the weapons do break, so you want to make sure that you pick up enemy's weapons, so you have enough stash for you to prepare for the next battle. And you can only have limited number of weapons in your slots. So like just now, I'm trying to pick it up, I can't because I already have enough. So that time I have to decide, do I want to keep the one I have, or do I want to swap it to the one I just found? So I'm just gonna lose that one and get the another one. And of course, pick up the honeybee.
The cool thing is when you find a new weapon too, you can immediately see what the new stats are. So you can kind of decide on the fly, is this better, is this worse, do I leave it, do I grab it, so.
Okay, and also at nighttime, daytime and nighttime, the animals and then the enemies you see will be different. So, oh, sunset fireflies.
So,
Let's see if I
dynamic
see
wildlife
different
setting
enemies. Yeah.
based on.
Yeah,
based
it looks
on time of
different
day.
too from where we were exploring earlier too. Oops. So now there's more lava
Got some Stalbokoblin.
Yep. Ah, missed it.
Nice.
Oh.
Headshot.
I like the fact that they're using the rock.
Yeah,
And
he
the-
didn't have
the
a
other-
weapon.
See, the other guy is waiting for the other guys to lose his head so he can take it.
They're so crafty. If they don't have a weapon, they'll just dig up a rock to throw at you. Anything to hurt you.
Yep.
Yes, the bokoblin
I
arm.
know that's your favorite.
This is my
isn't it?
favorite.
Audrey's favorite, yes.
I'm gonna make her equip it at some point. He's a little busy right now. Oh, he lost his head.
Sorry.
Let me see the hand crawling across the
I
ground.
know. Pick me up, pick me up. Okay, so let me change it to something else. Oh. So I'm using a spear, and then the movement is a little bit different. It kind of,
It's really fast.
Yep. So when the enemy's having spear, it's much better to use that than the sword, of course. Okay. I'm gonna explore and try to see if there's any more enemies.
Now's a good time to equip the arm. I'm just throwing it out there. If you wanted to, just real
Did I pick it
quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yay, look.
Audrey's favorite.
It's wiggling still. I'm easily amused. And if he puts it on his back, it gets all wiggly and grabby and yep.
Like trying to,
You
take
know,
something.
Terrifying.
I don't know.
It's a big fan of Link, you know. Okay, that's all
So
I had to say. I just wanted to see the arm wiggle a little. Go about your business.
So there's another bokoblin camp. This one looks a little bit different, so I want to kind of show how it looks from the front. If I can sneak up to them.
And again, this is one of those things, as people are adventuring, people are exploring,
there's
everyone's
guardians
kind of
over
taking
there.
their own takes on different things. You see this camp, and you could rush right in. There's different ways to do this, and Chico's going to kind of take us around to give us a full survey of the land here. So we're going to get a good look at how things are set up here.
There's more big meat over there too. But
Yes. You're gonna take their steak
I
too.
will come to them later. The thing is that they actually go to sleep at nighttime. So right now they're sleeping over there, so they don't even know I'm right here waiting to pick up their meat.
Steal their weapons and their food while they're sleeping. Devious.
So it looks like a skull-shaped, I don't know, what do you call it? Like house?
Yeah, they've got a skull house.
Skull House, yeah.
To each their own. It's okay.
It was a big sitcom in the 80s. Skull House.
And then I don't know if I mentioned it, but did
careful.
Oops.
Well,
I should have done it right. I'm gonna hide it so they're not gonna notice.
they're suspicious, but
They're suspicious.
you can't fool that guy though.
That's right.
He knows what's up. Yes.
Everybody go to sleep.
Hit him with the wiggle arm.
Nothing is happening. Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. La la la.
Yeah. They do that.
There you go.
Okay.
Relax. Nothing to see here.
Okay. So it looks like there's a explosive in there too. Oops, what I'm doing.
So you're gonna let them sleep peacefully, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh.
Let sleeping bokoblins lie.
I made a mistake.
You alerted them, and
Oh, no, it didn't work, didn't it?
Okay, they're suspicious, but they're okay.
Oh, I'm so
they're
bad
gonna
at this right now. Fine.
Just have to find another way to blow them up. Just get right in there. Oh. I don't know if there were big red barrels, which always means explosions in video
so
games.
I wanted to use the lamp to do that one, but I just had a stage flight. Oh well.
Hey, you got the explosion. That's what
Again,
counts.
there's multiple ways to solve the puzzles and then
It's true.
defeat enemies. So I just tried that.
Yeah.
I was just doing it. I was intentionally making mistakes.
Thinking on the fly.
Yes.
And now you can steal their treasure.
Yes.
Great.
Oh, see, so I got the new soldier's broadsword, which is 14 instead of 5.
Nice
So
upgrade.
just seeing that screen, they really help what I got. That will help. Oh no, I can't take it, so I have to change. Is it Audrey? Is it okay for me to leave
It's okay.
the
We had our
arm?
fun.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
sorry.
sweet
Audrey
arm.
has been satisfied.
Yes. You can just stay there wiggling
Still
forever.
I love it.
But yeah, the guy you killed was really powerful bokoblin, so he dropped a really powerful sword.
Okay.
10 arrows. Don't sneeze on those arrows. You're gonna need those.
I do. Okay, I'm gonna go get the meat.
Look up at the stars in the sky. It's so
I
pretty.
know, isn't it pretty?
Really
so
pretty
peaceful.
at night. Yeah.
Those bokoblins just having a nice dream. They have no idea what I'm trying to do.
Now they're going to go into the big sleep. It'll be a natural transition.
So I have a fire arrow and bomb arrow. Which one should I use?
Maybe a bomb arrow.
Bomb? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Oh.
Yes. Fireworks.
So, you know, some people might really like to just jump into the battle and then try to kill them with you know, sword and stuff. But sometimes, like a person like me who's not good at battle, I just like to be sneaky and try to shoot like explosive at them and just take them.
Get them from a distance.
Ooh, their buckle club is.
You want to exploit
Fired.
the fact that bokoblins seem to have an affinity for sleeping next to highly flammable barrels.
It's true.
I mean, it only makes sense.
Yes, it wasn't my fault.
They're maybe not the smartest monsters.
Oh, there's apple. It's always important to have enough food so you can restore your health.
More food, the better.
Oh, bokoblin. Oh, style bokoblin. Ah.
Get in there. Nice.
Change it to different one. There's the
the
farmer's
pitchfork.
pitchfork.
Yes.
Even pitchfork will be very
Little Hyrule
helpful.
Gothic.
Where's the head? Where's the head? Oh, head's. Oh, head's is still there. Okay. He's going to use his own arm. His friend's arm. Wait.
His own friend.
I know.
But you've used so many different kinds of weapons so far, and this is just a small sampling of the different kinds of weapons in the game. There are just so many different
So many, and you
kinds to
kind of
play
have to
with.
make a choice which one to take.
Oh.
These guys just there. Again, I'm just want to be
Chance to use the
sneaky.
environment to wreak some havoc
Using
here.
The environment is
Here we go.
important.
It's away.
Did I miss the whole
Now they're
thing?
coming
Really?
after you.
Fine.
Oh, nice.
Ha!
Nice.
That's better
well
anyway.
Done, Chico. That's style points.
You got them. Oh,
Ah.
careful. He was gloating.
Nice.
What a jerk.
So I love that move that you can do when you're leaping and sort of stall time with that.
So whenever you're trying to jump off from the higher cliff, try to use the arrow. Then you go into that mode where you can kind of slow down the time, so you have better time to kind of concentrate and try to focus on where to shoot.
It's really cool.
You can do
It
that
feels
from-
really good too.
Yeah, you can do that from really high up too,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
epic.
So as you might have noticed, that I use a lot of bow and arrow, and sometimes I run out of my arrows. So what I do is actually try to pick up the ones my enemy dropped, and make sure I have enough.
You can kind of taunt them to keep shooting at you.
Hey, this way.
It's a dangerous game,
It
but
is.
it's cheap,
It
easy
can
way
be.
to get arrows.
Exactly.
See? Boom.
Come on. Thank you.
And the move.
They're playing right into your hands.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. I'm busy. I'm gonna go. Oh, sorry. I wasn't meant to do that.
Chico's going for pure style here. No substance, all style.
We respect that.
Nice.
All different kinds of ways to play this game.
On the way to here, I saw the Guardian, so I kind of want to be there. Make sure I get there before our time runs out.
Anyone watching the previous segment, I told him what's what. Yep.
Did he?
By
Did you-
running, running really
Running as
fast.
fast as my stamina wheel would carry me.
I think he got the point though. He's pretty terrified.
Let me try it. Where is it? Where is it? Am I still far away?
There he is. Okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go. He's over there. I'm going to do this.
I believe in you, Chico.
Yes.
So we're entering a new area here. The
That one's
Eastern
not
Alley.
moving. That one looks good. Let's go.
We got all these Guardian relics around.
Oh, he's waking up.
Uh-oh.
Good morning.
Good
It
morning.
He's grumpy when he wakes up.
Ah, no. Again, there's There's always a way
Your
to...
bow's gonna break.
Really? It will? Ah, fine.
It's okay. You got what?
How much
5
did you get off of
damage?
him?
That
Yeah.
is true. And I
Can you scope him out?
oh yeah, that's right. You should do
let's
that
see.
first to make sure.
Yeah.
So this will give us a little analysis of his hit points, breakdown.
480.
500.
Okay.
I don't
think
know.
you can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah. So one other thing you can do with the weapon is actually you can throw the weapon like that, and
It'll give you a critical hit if you actually land it on them.
That is true. Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Good way to get rid of weapons that are about to break.
But what I can do now is actually.
So speaking of freedom and weapons, this is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen anyone do.
Attack! Attack! No, no, no!
And death.
You've
No,
got
no,
a quarter
no, no.
heart.
I'm not dead.
You need
no,
to
you're
eat
still
something
I still have
right
time.
now.
And I have food.
Okay.
Haha.
There you go. Nice. Run,
This
run.
is a
learned.
fine strategy.
Yes.
This is a great strategy.
It
It's a
is
really
good one.
creative strategy.
It
is what
is.
it is.
I think it'll ultimately get him.
Ah! No, wait. I don't have a weapon, do I? So,
As we keep saying, you can play this game however you want.
You
can even throw your weapons using magnesis.
I don't have a weapon!
Oh!
You don't even have a tree branch, Chico.
Just run! Run!
Oh, the death
Live to fight another day!
Well, I think we're actually running out of time.
Otherwise, we would have got him.
The world definitely wants to see Chico versus the Guardian. I know that. But I think we'll have to stop there. Chico, thanks very much.
We're going to do some hunting, some gathering, and we're also going to check out a new mechanic where we create temporary hearts. So take it away, Eric.
All right. Well, so we're going to get into the nitty-gritty in this segment. The hunting and gathering systems are really sophisticated, and I'm going to get into that after I take out this pheasant who's hiding up here. After I pick this thing up. And because it's the first time I've picked this up, it's going to annoy me, but
Gotta
that's
be
fine.
so quiet. Oh, yes.
Nice job.
Nice.
All right, so I'm just going to go up and grab this.
A perfectly prepared piece of meat.
It is. Just as leg fell off. So
Bird meat drumstick.
let's not start there. Okay, so to start, I'm just gonna take a look at my surroundings. So I see here on the log I have a little hearty truffle. So this is something we're gonna cook a little bit later to give us some temporary hearts. But first, I am on the hunt. So let's find some animals.
I love how you're just stealthing everywhere.
I am. You gotta sneak up on them.
You do.
Yeah, it's
They are
weird
very
when you
alert.
do that back
There's
at the
a
office.
boar. Oh,
I spooked him.
so cool.
That's all right.
Oh, nice. Oh,
All right.
poor
Brutal.
I
thing.
got this one. I'm gonna drop 2 steaks. So they won't always drop 2 steaks, but I have 2 steaks. I can eat this raw meat. This raw meat's gonna restore 1 heart, but I can also prepare it to increase its efficacy. And I spy up here in the tree.
Little something.
Some more goodies. A little something, something.
A hearty truffle.
All right, and a stemellastrum and a hearty truffle.
So all of these foods have certain qualities to them that, like you said, you can draw out specific elements of them through the preparation, through the cooking process. So this sort of gathering as much as you can get all at once up front is really beneficial here.
I'm trying to chase them down. So if you can get a headshot on these guys, you can actually get them down.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, it's not too hard to find food all throughout the forest, and everywhere you go, there are different things that you can collect.
Yes. So I actually just picked up a butterfly there. If I use that, I can prepare it, mix it with some monster parts. And we're actually going to go take out a monster right now. Just right now, I'm kind of gathering all this, and then I'll sit down and cook it all.
You gotta get your ingredients.
But as you're traveling from place to place in game, you're gonna have to obviously replenish your hearts. So in previous Zeldas, you were able to cut down the grass and get your hearts back. In this game, you can't do that. You have to cook. Or you don't have to cook, but you have to eat.
You have to eat.
But cooking usually increases how many hearts you're gonna get back. But what you can do with the grass is sometimes when you cut down longer grass, you'll find little insects and whatnot hiding in it.
Find a little something.
So I'm going to postpone that. see if I can take out.
Little buddies hanging out.
And I think something of note also is, you're going on this boar hunting rampage because that's your style. But you can also do a veggie playthrough on this. There's no need to do that because there's so many other forms of food and sustenance that you can gather in the game.
Yeah, and a lot of the veggie dishes that you can prepare have a ton of benefits to them, so it's always worth exploring. Oh gosh, this guy is not happy. Oh my god.
Nice.
I don't know where he went. Oh, he went all the way down there. Let's see. Did I pick up his friend's drops? I'm not sure. That's right. Okay.
Gonna check out some frogs.
Let's see what I got. Ooh, yeah, frogs.
See if we can get some frogs.
Get some stuff. Get some more.
Oh, here they are. Pick them up. All right, so that bokoblin I took out dropped a horn and a fan. So I can use both of those and prepare them with, mix them with critters, insects, and frogs, and what have you, to make elixirs, which I can then use to give myself special effects.
No froggies.
Still want to get some videos.
Exploring the high grass here.
See if there are any insects. Aha!
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So I got a cricket. So I can also combine that with, and you'll find different stuff, lizards in the grass. And also, you'll find different animals at different times of day. So sometimes, if you go to the nighttime, you find fireflies, which have special effects that you wouldn't get otherwise, and all of that. So, let's take my torch. Walk over to this fire. Light it. Like this. And let's get to cooking. So, I'm going for an inventory. I have 3 steaks. The first steak, I'm just going to eat. I'm not going to eat it. But if I were to eat it, it's going to give me 1 heart. Right. What I can do is I can uphold it, and there are multiple ways to prepare food. So here I have a campfire, and I have a cooking pot. So what I can do is I can either hold a torch to this, drop it straight on the fire. It's going to turn the steak, cook it, and it's going to become a seared steak. Okay. So that's going to give me a heart and a half. But I could take that same ingredient, a raw steak, and cook it straight in the
Cooking is so much easier in this game than in real life. He makes it look so easy.
It is. Steaks. So that's going to be 2 hearts. So that's double the amount of health it's going to be. And obviously you're not always going to have access to a cooking pot.
Right.
You'll generally always have access to fire.
Or at least you want to try to.
Right. So I can actually hold up to 5 items. And the different recipes in this game are crazy. How in depth it goes. You can combine, multiple elements to get a different dish. Right now I'm gonna mix the steak with, let's say, 3 hearty truffles. So I have them all in my hand here. I drop them in the cooking pot.
One thing I really enjoy about my own gameplay that I've had is you can combine a lot of elements that in the real world would make sense, and then they turn into amazing recipes.
Right.
So you can apply real world logic to it. It's really cool.
So I just made a meal. I'm also going to mix this, let's do this. So I'm actually going to stop that. I'm going to take this bokoblin horn and mix it with this. Let's go with the cricket.
Yum.
So I take that.
Yum, yum.
Real world cooking.
Yeah, real world, exactly. There we go.
And that's going to be energizing elixir. So I can drink that to restore, like if I was climbing and about to run out of stamina, I'm able to drink that and restore some stamina to make it that extra.
In the moment.
Yeah, super helpful.
There's all sorts of these elixirs and meals you can make that will, power up your attack power, make you run faster, stealth, give you an extra part of your stamina wheel, that sort of thing. I should actually, the stealth one would be nice.
You want to get some stealthy? Stealthy ingredients?
I don't know if I have any stealthy ingredients, but I did cook this hearty meat and mushrooms.
Yes.
So it's going to fully recover my hearts and then add 3 additional hearts that are temporary. So those last until they're taken away by, obviously, a monster or a
So making dishes like that are really useful for super strong enemies that you'll inevitably encounter.
Right.
I always make sure to have my entire menu just filled with those. Just tons of them.
They're super helpful if you're going on a big boss battle or some
Yeah.
massive encounter.
And it makes me feel safe. Makes me feel safe having those in my inventory.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
So one thing I didn't mention is you actually obviously don't have to kill any animals. You could just, run
Take the
around.
pacifist route.
Yep,
Yeah.
you could. You could run around and
mushrooms,
gather
truffles.
mushrooms. You could just hug trees like this and do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can get through the entire game that way if you want.
That's true.
Nice.
Flint, so that's going to be nice. So I can use that flint. So I have this kind of portable fire starter now.
Right.
So if I was out in the middle of nowhere and I just like had a really nasty encounter with any sort of enemy, really, I would be able to. Actually, let me show you. I'm going to pull this woodcutter's axe out and switch to it real quick. I'm going to chop down this tree. 2 strokes. Turn that into some
Perfectly bundled, yet again.
Grab the apple. So what I can do here is I'm going to take that firewood, hold it, also hold the flint. I'm going to drop it right here. And I can take any metallic weapon and strike this flint. That's not metallic.
That is non-metallic.
Oh,
Nice.
and suddenly I have a fire I can cook on.
It can warm you up.
Yeah, if I didn't have the right gear to be in a certain coldness level. Like this.
Yeah. In higher altitudes. Yeah.
And so I can also cook things to increase my cold or heat resistance. So I'd be able to grab some spicy peppers, mix them with some steak and make some spicy steak.
Then you got yourself a skewer.
You got yourself a skewer. All right, let's see if I can, ooh, there's some fish down there. So one thing I love doing in this game is bomb
Oh,
fish.
yes.
So I'm going to toss that bomb.
Come on.
Totally whiffed it.
Any over there? Let's check it out.
Where the fish at?
And so
There's
the fish
one.
come and go. So it's based on the time of day, whether they're actually around or not.
Get him.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice. You got one?
I got one.
Nice.
Worth it.
You're just going to zoom up on it.
All right, so I can take that fish. I can also, spear fish or throw or shoot arrows at fish and all that sort of stuff as well. But bomb fishing is just so extreme that I got to show it off. All right, I'm gonna grab this rusted broadsword because it may come in handy. Whoa! So if I run out of stamina while swimming, Link's in trouble because he's too tired to go any further.
Kind of makes like a gurgling noise and floats down into the water.
It's
Poor Link.
All right, let's.
You really have to plan out when you're trying to climb something or swim somewhere. You have to really think about it and look at your stamina gauge before you do it, because otherwise you will really end up in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Let's
Paragliding down here. Back
so
into
these
the
boards
forest.
will actually charge you.
Oh man,
Oh.
that one's not having it.
He heard what you did to his buddy Gary, the boar.
Come back here.
Run, little boar, run!
Kendra's cheering for the boar.
You're not gonna realize.
Why are you coming back?
Oh,
You fool!
just want to hit him with a sword.
This is, of course, the ancient art of sword throwing hunting that
You've won this time before, but I'll be back.
didn't make it through the ages.
And if you were to land that, it would have dealt more damage than just shooting the arrow.
So the
Yeah.
hightail lizard, the hightail lizard, if I were to use that to prepare an elixir, that's going to give me an increased speed
boost
for swimming, running, climbing, all of that, which is really good.
So you can do hightail lizard and then like mushrooms. Do you know what that gives you? Did you know that? I don't know. I don't think I've done that yet.
Well, so
honey.
lizards, generally like insects and reptiles are not used in dishes used to lick them up. So that's actually, we didn't show that.
That would give you, okay, we should do that.
We should do that.
And just like in real life, they are extremely persistent.
Let's see how much.
Oh, they're not still chasing you.
I'm actually
Nice.
gonna climb that over. Let's see if we can show that off.
I just love the ambient sounds.
And look at this huge tree. I love just kind of
nice.
the world they built. It's absolutely cool. And he's fallen down and hollowed out. There's so many kind of unique little set pieces like this. The level of detail and care that's been given to this to make it feel alive and unique is absolutely
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about sort of the depth of the cooking mechanics, and I remember when we had a video conference with the dev team, and they were like, "Hey, so here's the list of all the foods that you can make with all the items," and it was just this massive document. They were like, "Do you want that translated?" And we were like, "Oh, no, I fear that document. I don't know if we do."
Okay, so I forgot what I was going to do here.
This game definitely makes me hungry every time I play.
I was going to make something gross.
We were going to make something bad, yeah.
Do it.
So let's see.
So you made all these wonderful things, some that just replace hearts, replenish hearts, and some that give you certain abilities and new properties, but
this time, I'm going to take, what is that, a birdwing, a mushroom, a bokoblin thing, and a butterfly.
Just a bunch of stuff.
Creative, yes.
Let's see. And this is kind of a trial and error, you know. You have to be smart.
Oh.
Wait, that worked? Hey,
I haven't seen this one. Okay.
Spicy elixir.
Ooh, I'm all
That's
about
awesome.
That. Okay.
Sweet.
So that wasn't gross enough.
Everything you have is tasty.
That's the problem.
That is the problem. You need to go find some
There's got to be something
gross things.
I don't know though. I may have just picked up delicious stuff. Let's try this.
And an acorn. I mean, acorns aren't the tastiest.
Let's try a butterfly and
fish. Butterfly. Fish.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah.
I love the sounds.
Dubious food.
Yeah,
So,
we can't even look at it. Just don't.
It's that gross. Okay.
So that's your failure cooking.
That was my failure. And that's the thing. You kind of have to experiment, find what you need and what you want at the time.
And you can still eat it, and it still kind of helps you a little bit.
Yeah, it's what, 1 heart, I think, replenished?
Yeah.
All right. And what's cool is, like, you can spend all this time hunting and cooking and kind of finding all the food, but you can also just, as you're moving from place to place, kind of find the things that are on the way. You know, you don't have to necessarily go out of your way to always be hunting and gathering. It's just what happens every day.
Yeah, as you explore, you just run into all kinds of things you can collect. Like that.
7.
Oh,
check it out.
Oh my goodness.
This new pattern.
Those were my Hylian shrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. So
Oh my gosh.
See,
it detached its arm to attack you.
What's funny is I'm not really prepared for this fight. I don't know if I'm going to take this guy down.
I like that you're prioritizing the mushrooms too as you're running around. You're like, I gotta collect these. This is important.
Okay, so I wish I would have made myself like a speed boost so I could more easily get up to that.
Yeah, spicy elixir ain't gonna do much for us here.
The temporary hearts though.
We've got 1 skewer.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
So
Oh boy.
this is Step Talus, one of the major enemies on the plateau here.
So we have a weak spot as all good spots.
Obviously his weak spot. Nice. Get him. One thing I love about this game too is that you'll be walking around and it'll be all peaceful. You're just like, and then all of a sudden, this monster just emerges from the earth and starts back, like throwing its arm at you.
So I actually just got wrecked in 1 shot by this guy. No. So I had hit his weak spot enough where it
starts spewing.
He dropped a very precious mineral, so I'd be able to pick that up and either sell that or use it for something else. But he killed.
But so he's big and bad.
He's big and bad.
We were unprepared.
Right. So I didn't have very strong weapons, and also I have obviously starting gear. But as you progress in the game, you're going to get gear with way higher defense stats and all that. And that's what's so cool about this game is it throws a lot of those Zelda conventions out the window while keeping the core parts. But having stats to gear is just such like a breath of fresh air.
And I wouldn't necessarily say you were unprepared. You just wanted the challenge. You wanted to do it in a challenging way.
Yeah.
In
right?
a challenging, ill-prepared way.
Yes.
But so there are multiple.
But you can do it anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
you
the
really
thing.
can.
Yeah, I mean, there are multiple ways to do it. Some people like that challenge of the gameplay. For me, the more satisfying thing is seeing something that I know I'm not prepared for, and then gearing up,
coming back
later, and being just like this ultra powerful. Like, you used to scare me, but now I'm just gonna destroy it.
The all-powerful Link.
But, you know, kind of what you were touching on earlier, it's like, you know, you can go in there with super weak gear, and if you got, like, food or properties or an elixir that gave you speed boost, like, suddenly you're much more agile and nimble when you're fighting that huge beast. And so that gives you, like, a whole nother area, sort of a leg up when you can still use Boko clubs and, you know, Bokoblin arms or whatever it is.
Totally.
As long as you're really patient.
No, I just ran that.
So it's definitely worth taking the time to cook. Oh gosh.
So,
yeah,
I love that in the physics engine, just seeing Link crumple.
Link's ragdoll.
Ragdoll.
I feel like Link is hungry.
He's very hungry.
He's so hungry right now.
Ooh, little amber.
Nice.
Hello, Amber.
Okay, so I need to eat. Did I eat? Ooh, this is a perfect time. So this is going to
Feed
fill
poor
me up.
Link. Oh,
And then
nice.
give me those
There we
trees.
go.
So I should actually pop that before
Before going after the step palace, yeah. That's all right.
That's all right. Okay. Let's see what else we got.
Because now this takes you out of one-shot territory, perhaps.
Right. One of that. And you'll find different things all over this place. So you'll pick up rocks. I mean, obviously not always. Ooh, frog.
Ooh.
Frog. No, frog. Oh, I picked it up again.
Get it.
Where'd you go?
Oh,
I missed
it vanished.
So that hotfoot frog,
Dang it.
they are fast frogs, are, if I was to use that in an elixir, that's going to give me a speed boost as well. And all these animals just all over the place. Let's see if I can set the trap for this guy.
You know, we've talked about it before this morning, but, you know, it really is, when you start talking about the cooking and gathering mechanics here, it really gets you thinking about how many different ways you can manipulate the environment and use these resources that are there to your advantage in so many different ways.
It's such an awesome new addition to the Zelda universe.
really
I love it.
So I think the sun's going up. We might start.
Froggies? No?
See any frog.
No froggies?
Ooh, I can see.
Birdie.
That was not going to happen. Let's see what we got.
Get the fire going.
It's nighttime. And
Fancy.
I'm just going to throw this in the grass.
Forest fire? Good.
Smokey may not be very happy with that.
Why not?
So at nighttime, because it's a 24-day night cycle, actually at nighttime the temperature does drop. So depending on where you are, it may put you over that threshold where you're going to start taking damage, and that's where you would need something. I combined all those ingredients, and now I have this spicy elixir. I drink this. It's going to give me cold resistance for 9 minutes and 50 seconds. That's going to...
Which is a very substantial amount of time in the game, yeah.
Forever in Zelda time.
That's going to allow me to climb to the top of the peak I wouldn't be able to get to otherwise. And you can kind of sequence it. I mean, the game's so open. You can honestly do things in almost whatever order. So, well, I'm on.
That boar is still angry about his buddy Gary.
Yeah.
He's still angry.
It's like, that's the guy again.
There he is.
All right, let's see if any night insects come out. Jeez, man. I need some of that. What I should have done is cooked a stealth elixir. I think I can So this is going to be the stealth. What can I cook? Let's see if this works. I don't think it's Let's try it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe.
Good size.
He's pleased.
Oh. So I combined the two, but it actually didn't give me. It just gave me hearts essentially. It's not going to give me what I.
Again, it's not necessarily one-to-one. Like, this is about trial and error, experimentation.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I found myself just like filling Link's arms with everything in my inventory all at once and then just dumping it in there and doing that repeatedly and actually made a lot of really good dishes. I was surprised.
I really want to hit it with this, but it's not happening. Something about throwing weapons is so satisfying in this, especially when you wear it down to the last hit. Oh yeah. And you throw it, and then it's a guaranteed critical hit when you
Seeing it shatter for extra
Yeah.
damage across the Bokoblin's forehead.
It's always worth that risk.
Yeah.
Alright, so these guys are not asleep. There's this boar kind of running around the camp. Nice.
Oh man, it's coming.
He's been found.
It's like so excited to see you.
Threw a rock over the wall. Did you see that?
just barely made it up for the wall.
I'm trying to. They're not the sharpest. So they hide.
Smitty's trying to be sneaky here. He wants to.
Oh my gosh.
Did I say sneaky?
Brutal.
Nice.
Ooh, so now these Bokoblins here are actually chasing this boar. So
I like to go into sniper mode, stand really far back, and just they don't even know where it's coming from.
Yeah, see, I love this. They're going after they're going after that boar now. Like they're living their own Bokoblin lives.
They're
like,
hungry
trying
too,
to
yeah.
like,
They're just doing their own thing. I really feel for the boars. Oh my gosh.
Are they
Let's
taking
hear
all
it
they're
for the
celebrating?
boars.
You see that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh no, that's mine, man.
Uh-oh. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I throw everything I got at that.
Nice. All right, that's just about all we have time for.
Now, in the last few segments, we've given you a little bit of a taste of what you're going to find in the plateau. During this segment, we're actually going to take a little bit of a stroll around the outer edge, though, so we can see what kind of stuff we're going to be running into later on in the
で
game.
今回は大地の周りの方ですね、をちょっと探索してみましょう。
はい。下手ですね。
ああ、言われました。
Hey Chico, you're
なん
not,
でそんなツッコミするん
you're
で
not
すか
very good at this.
And folks who are maybe just tuning in, this is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And yeah, wow. That's
It's
just
amazing
a cool
view.
horizon.
すごい綺麗な景色です。
Is another tower?
あれ、向こうにあのタワーかな。
I was wondering, Anuma-san, if you could talk to us a little bit about the different challenges that your team faced realizing a world of this scale.
こんなに大きい世界を作るっていうので、開発側で直面した難しさ、なんか難しい体験とかそういうものはありますでしょうか。
やっぱり広い世界でもね、ただただ広いだけじゃなくて、で今回登ってまたそこから飛び降りるみたいな遊びができますから、要所要所のそういう高い場所を用意して目指したくなるようなものをその周りに置いていくっていうね、そういう構造をとってますよね。
So it's a huge world, but we also wanted to create this vertical world as well, where Link will climb up high, and then where he can see these buildings or elements that are surrounding him. And we wanted to create something, an environment where he wanted to, like, we wanted to create something that he would want, and the player would want to go and search.
Incredible the different terrain that we see here.
こうやって望遠鏡で見るとね、あそこ行ってみたいなっていう場所がいろいろあるっていうのがいいですよね。
So the greatest thing about this is that when you use a telescope and look afar, you can see all these landmarks or elements that you want to go and check out.
今ビルはマーキングをしましたけど、あ、こんな遠いところですね。
So Bill just dropped a pin, but as you can see, it's really far from where you're standing.
There's still more things to do behind that red pin too. That's how big that world is.
後ろにも結構まだまだマップの領域が
ありますね。
Yeah, that's right, Chico. There's a lot more you can do.
I think really, I mean, even within the plateau, it's like less than 2% of what people are going to experience in this game, which is kind of hard to wrap your brain around, but it's...
で今回E3 版では実際にプレイヤーが体験できるその製品版の 2% ぐらいの領域しか行けないという。
そうですね。
Yeah, that's right.
I'm seeing a rather large lake over here out in the sun.
随分大きい湖が右手に見えてきましたけど。
There's some, and we've also obviously seen a volcano off in the distance.
で、はるか向こうには火山も見えてます。
And this time we see the Twin Peaks that were in the original NES artwork as well.
でオリジナルのバージョンにあった2つ山も背景に見えます。
広い世界を作るにあたってはね、やっぱり過去からこういろんな世界をハイラルっていうのは何度もこう僕らクリエイトしてきてるんですけど、その中の要素をやっぱりこうまた反映してね、広い世界を作ってるんですね。
So when we created this huge world, we made sure that we added these elements from the old Hyrule world, and then made sure to put them in.
It's interesting seeing here on this edge of the plateau that we're exploring, there's some really interesting structural elements that are there, these ruins that kind of make up the outer edge of the plateau.
この大地の橋の部分にはなんか遺跡っぽい感じのこういう構造物があります。それがすごく興味深いですね。
冒頭のシーンでもね、誰も寄りつけないような場所っていうふうに言ってるんですけど。逃げて。
Bill, run, Bill. Oh, it's close.
でちょっと今ガーディアンっていうやつと戦いになっちゃった。
So sorry, I started talking about the. I started to answer your question, but Bill just got into a Guardian battle.
ガーディアンとの戦いが出るけど、僕もなんか気持ちがこうドキドキしちゃうんで。
So whenever I see anybody battling Guardians, I kind of get really excited and nervous too.
この場所はね、その聖域なんですね。人が近づけない。ってことは魔物も近づけない。そういう聖域だったはずなんですけどね。
So this area is supposed to be a sacred area where people can't easily come, nor any type of monsters.
でもいますよね。
そう、今やそういうのがいるっていうことは、じゃあどういうことなんだってことですよ。
すみませんね。
And then, but now they actually do exist. So the story is what's going on here.
And obviously we see the castle off in the distance, and down below we can see some more ruins. You see these flags blowing in the wind.
下の方には遺跡だったり、ああいう旗が見えます。
However, one of the things that you're not seeing here in the E3 version are any towns or any other characters, and there's a very specific reason for that. It's because we very specifically here at E3 don't want to go into story details and character details that might spoil the game for people. So rather than showing that off, we're focusing here on the E3 version. But I do want to reassure everyone that there are towns in the game. Once you get out into the world, you will encounter other people, and you can look forward to finding out more about their stories and the role that they play in this adventure.
今回 E3 版ではネタバレ防止のためにキャラクターだったり村だったりっていうものを入れることはなるべく控えるようにしたので、このような感じになりましたけども、ファンの皆様にはぜひお伝えしたいのがキャラクターだったり村っていうものはこの世界にも存在するということをぜひ。
そこはゼルダなんで。
Of course, this is Zelda.
What's interesting, actually, thinking about the conversation we had with Miyamoto-san a little earlier about how it was a very conscious decision with the original Legend of Zelda game to hold off on revealing much about the story and just dropping into the experience. But it does make it a little challenging when you're talking about this game, because as much as it'd be great to talk about the story, it's really one that's best experienced organically when you just go through it and then get those little bits and pieces for yourself. So if we tell you everything, it kind of takes away from the joy of experiencing it.
ゲームの良さは自分でちょっとずつプレイして自然にだんだん自分のペースでストーリーというものをどんどん把握していく、見つけていくっていうことがすごく楽しいゲームなので、私たちの方でこういうふうにやってストーリーとかネタバレをしてしまうとユーザーさんの方もちゃんとした体験ができないので、これはとても大切なことなんです。
今回ね、特に徐々にこの世界が一体どういうものなのか、例えばリンクが今なぜここにいるのかとか、そういうことが徐々に分かってくるようになってるんで、それも言っちゃったらね、全然面白くないですから。
So it won't be fun if I told you why Link is here or why the story is the way it is, because the players are going to find it a little by little as they play. So I really want to not spoil your fun. I want to make sure that I don't spoil your fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping folks will trust us when we just say it's cool. Just wait and see, it's really cool. But for now, we'll just stick to what we're able to show.
I like this structure. I don't know what this is. Used to be a gate, maybe?
So I wonder, Aonuma-san, if we could talk a little bit more about the challenges as far as approaching difficulty in a game like this. When you have a non-linear progression, you can't control where people are going to go or what they're going to do here.
そのプレイヤーの方々がプレイしているときにここに行けっていうようなコントロールができないこのようなオープンエアの自由な選択肢がたくさんある世界っていうのを作る際にどのようなことを注意されて作られるんでしょうか。
僕自身がね昔ゼルダを作ってた時っていうのはその世界で迷わないようにこっちに行ってあっちに行ってっていうのを全部入れてったそういう構造にしてったんですね。
So when I created Zelda games in the past, I made sure that I put a thing here or a thing there so people won't get lost.
ただこのゲームをある程度作ってきた過程の中で自分で遊んでみるとちょっとその世界で迷ったりしても自分がそっちに行って迷ってるんだから嫌じゃないんですよ。
So when I started developing this game and then I started playing it myself, I realized that whenever I get lost, it's actually not a bad experience because I'm the one that decided to go that way and then get lost. So it's just kind of, it worked out very well.
決められた道にしかなくてそこがなかなか見つからないっていうのはもうすごく嫌な感じなんですけど自分で自由に行ってもしかしたらこっちかもしれないっていうその探索みたいなのが延々続いていくんですねそっちの方がそれが面白いと思いました。
So when there's a set path and the players can't find that path, it gets really frustrating. But when it's an open air, when there's a world like this, a huge world where players can pick and choose where they want to go, it's really not a bad experience. And then it actually adds another layer of fun.
It doesn't feel like I'm lost. I'm just like doing the long route to get to my destination and then just enjoying more things to do.
なんか迷うっていうよりも目的地にちょっと遠回りしたっていうような感じがあって全然ネガティブな気はしません。
そうですよね。逆にだから近道しちゃったぞって時もあったりとかするんですごく自分でこう決めるってことはすごく重要なポイントだなと思います。
And then, on the other hand, sometimes you will find a shortcut, and then so it's really important that the players are able to find their own path and then choose their own path.
Now, the other thing that we notice as we start to climb around the outer rim of the plateau here is the way that the geology changes out in the world as well. Take care of a few keys right there. Get those out of the way. But clearly you have sort of separated from the plateau that we're on is sort of this other rocky high point here. And then I think as we get kind of closer to the mountains on the other side, we'll get a look at some other terrain that we don't see in other parts of the world.
ここの端っこの方を大地の端っこを歩いていくといろいろな地形というものが見えてきましてで今までいたエリアからこう比べてみますとこういうふうな岩のゴツゴツした山だったりあとはるか遠くにはまた違った地形っていうものが見えてきます。
Sunrise.
So beautiful.
セントラルハイラルって、ここの地名は言ってるんですけどだから周りにあるのはその中央に向かっていろんなね地方があってこれ昔ハイラル平原というのがあってその周りにこう地方がこうあるみたいな構造とちょっと似てるんですけど。
So we call this the Central Hyrule, and then as you can see, there's a lot of different areas and districts that surround it, and then it's kind of similar to what we've created in the past as well.
なのでこのリンクはこの大地から飛び降りるんですがその先にどこに行くかは本当に自由なんです。
So eventually Link will jump off of this plateau, but wherever the player wants to go is up to them. They can choose wherever they want to jump from.
And what's interesting is that actually choosing where to jump off the plateau will have an impact on what you experience next in the world, because the plateau itself is so big, and jumping off on one side of it, is going to leave you obviously in a very specific area, and it may not be the area that you're actually hoping to get to. It just depends on where you decide to jump down.
大地自体がとても大きいので、そのプレイヤーが飛び降りようとした場所によって、体験がそれぞれいろいろなまた体験ができる。で、本当に例えば行きたかったところとは反対側のところにたどり着いてしまうかもしれないけど、それもまた醍醐味の一つ。
So it's important to have the warp spot opened up so you can travel between the different warp spots. But I think they'll usually avoid opening up those warp spots, so it make it harder for you.
ワープできるそういうポイントっていうのはちゃんとアンロックする必要がありますね。でビルはアンロックしたがらないから。
そう、ここら行きたがらないタイプなんで、後で自分が苦労するっていう。
なんでそんなことするの
I actually, when I first jumped off the plateau playing back at the office, I went all the way to the far side of the map without checking any of the shrines of trials and without opening any of them up, so that by the time I got to the far side of the map, I realized it was going to take me a while to get back.
ビルが初めてプレイした時に祠に全然入らなかったので、これマップの一番最後向こう側何があるんだろうって走ってったら、これ戻るのにまた同じぐらいの時間かかるんだなっていうので、かなりびっくりしました。
100人いれば100通りのプレイの仕方があるという、ビルのやり方は普通のやり方じゃない。
As I said before, I'm a little reckless.
So there's 100 ways for 100 players to play, and there's
I won't choose that way.
There's a way for Bill to play this game.
And that's just been very interesting at the office, watching other members of your dev team play this game and seeing all the different approaches that they have personally as they try out the game and try out different areas.
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
Oh, sure, sorry. I was just saying that it's got to be pretty educational to watch how different members of the dev team play this game as they're playing at the office as well, with how many different approaches there are.
で開発チームの中で皆さんがいろいろなプレーの仕方っていうのをしてると思うんですけれども、そういうのを見るのでもこういう風なプレーの仕方があるんだなっていうような毎回学ぶっていうようなことはありますか？
そうなんですよ。僕にね、全てのね、その隠してある操作とか教えてくれないんですよ。例えば敵と戦う時も、多分ね、もうちょっとなんか技があるんですよね。だけど僕全部多分知らないですね。
So they actually hide these like hidden controls for me, and then so when I'm fighting an enemy, I know that there is a control that would be able to defeat these enemies really easily, but for some reason they hide it from me.
They just don't tell him.
影でちょっとクスクス笑ってる感じですか？
そうです。
Yeah, exactly.
So now we're getting into an area where I like to step out, take a look around. This is sort of the part of the game that reminds me a bit of Utah.
でここはビルのお気に入りの場所でここからいろいろ景色を見るのが好きなんだけども、その理由の一つとしてはユタ州っぽい。Did you see what it was? What that thing was at the bottom?
Oh yeah, it looks like a little shrine down there.
祠っぽいですね。
祠っぽいね。
Yep, that's right.
I can only imagine how many things are hidden in the cliffs as well. Every time you look at a new vista, you're just like, oh, there's stuff to find.
周りを見ると峠とか岬なんかを見るとあそこにも隠れてるんじゃないかっていうような気がしてたまらないんですよね。
Nice.
Nice.
Anna-san, could you tell us a little bit more about I guess the challenges involved for the dev team with creating the AI for this game, because we've got so many interesting interactions with how the monsters and the different animals in the environment interact with the weather and the time of day and everything else that's going on, even if it's not really doing anything to them.
今回そのモンスターの動きだったり天気だったりすごくいろんなAI の部分での開発っていうのが何やって興味深いものになっていると思うんですけれども、そこら辺の開発秘話みたいなと教えていただけないでしょうか。
そうですね。このモリブリンっていうのはいつもここ最近のゼルダのタイトルの中に必ず雑魚敵って言いますけど出てくる敵で、まずこの敵から設計に入ってくるんですね。この敵で何がどこまでできるだろうかって。でやりすぎてもちょっとあれだし、でもちょっと人間味のあるようなことをやってるみたいな、そういうモンスターにするとちょっとこういたずらっぽくやってみようかみたいな気持ちも生まれたりするので。 ただただ怖いだけじゃなくてちょっと面白いっていうものになるっていうね。
So these bokoblins you see here are what's considered to be maybe more the weaker enemies in this game, but it's really fun to add a little bit of like personality to them, make them a little bit mischievous, give them a little personality. So when you're interacting with them, it adds another layer to the whole experience.
They scratch their butt, then they scratch their armpit, and then they eat something. It's just I don't know what they're
なん
eating,
か
but
脇の下に手突っ込んでなんかちょっと食べる仕草っていうのがあるんですけど、あれは一体何なんですか？
僕もすごくわからない。
I actually don't know that either.
Oh, I think we caught it at the office. Nick was talking about. He's like, "Do you know what the bokoblins do?" Oh my gosh!
結構オフィス内でもボコブリンの変な仕草っていうのが話題になってます。
性格出てますよね。
なんか、どうなんでしょう。
So this was
猿とかこういろいろで動きをよく見たりとかしたんじゃないですかね。
So maybe they referenced it from other animals and kind of
Like
observed
monkey?
it, yeah, and then try to add that element in.
So that was over there was a little tree fort that we just explored and defeated. It's actually a fairly small one, but when you get off of the plateau, you start to come across bigger tree forts with more enemies and certainly more challenging enemies. And those tree forts tend to be places where you're going to find more powerful weapons, some better treasures and things like that. And so there's really a lot that's waiting off of the plateau for you. And I'm going to eat some food here
I don't think you have
so that we can continue to explore the outer rim before we get a look at a few other things, which we're going to show in video form in a little bit.
大地を降りていくと、いろいろともっと強い敵だったりとか、いろいろなまた違ったものを発見できたり、そういうものに遭遇していく。
So I was curious when Miyamoto-san stopped by earlier, we were talking about his childhood love of hiking and how that really fed into the original Legend of Zelda and the work he's done here. Is that a hobby that you guys share? Have you been doing some hiking yourself to get ready for this game?
先ほど宮本さんがいらっしゃった時にハイキングをされているっていう話になって、そのハイキングをすることがいろいろな作られたゲーム初代のゼルダなんかにも影響を与えているっていうようなお話を伺ったんですけども、青沼さんご自身はそのようなことをされてハイキングとか行かれたりするんですか？
一緒に行ったりするんですか？
あんまりボスとねハイキングしてる社員っていないんじゃないですか。
I don't think there's too many people that go on hiking trips with their bosses.
僕はねハイキング田舎が長野県っていう山がたくさんあるね。逆に海ないんですけど、なのでちっちゃい頃からよく山には登りました。
I'm from an area called Nagano Prefecture, and then Nagano actually is not surrounded by any water, and there's a lot of mountains. So growing up, I climbed a lot of mountains.
This actually looks kind of like Yarigatake in Nagano.
It kind of looks like Yarigatake Mountain here.
でもね僕ね実はそんな田舎が大嫌いで都会に行きたかった。
And I actually hated that countryside growing up, so I really wanted to go into the city.
だから大自然とか言ってんだけど意外ともっと都会の方がいいのにとか思いながらやってるかも。
でもこれを見たら長野に帰りたいと思うでしょ？
まあちょっとね。
So I created this world, a big, huge nature and the wilderness, but I'm kind of thinking in the back of my head, like I've always been a kind of a city-loving boy.
Well, this is a good way to explore and never leave the comfort of home.
僕がちっちゃい頃このリングみたいにどこでも登れる力があったら多分大好きなんだと思う。
And then if I had the power, like Link here, to be able to climb anywhere that I wanted, then I probably would have loved nature more.
今からでも遅くない。頑張りましょう。
What do you think, Bill? Where are we going to head?
Well, I think what we're going to do is I'll climb up this way and see if I can, it's been a while since I've been skiing, that being June and all, I was going to do some quick shield surfing down the mountain, and then we were going to take a look at some videos that Aonuma-san brought.
Oh, that's right.
That are going to take us actually off the plateau for the first time here at E3. Is that correct, Aonuma-san?
でまずはビルの方でシールサーフ して、でその後に青沼さんが今回持ってきていただいた映像の方をご紹介いただけるということで、この映像にはこの大地を飛び降りた後、何があるのかっていうものが紹介されているとのことですが。
See, Bill always ski. He doesn't snowboard. There's a reason for it. So,
ビルはスキー派でスノボー派じゃないんですけども、まあそれにはこのような理由があって。
they spotted you.
That is the perfect time to go to video.
Oh, that's
ゲー
good.
ムオーバーになったということで、では次は映像のご紹介。
そうですね。パラセールでね、大地以外のところを飛んでる映像です。これね、ビルが言ってた双子山です。
So this right here is the Twin Peaks that Bill was talking about earlier. This I'll be paragliding all around the
ちょ
area.
うど大地を逆から見てるんです。
So you're actually looking at the plateau from the other side here.
It's an amazing view.
はい、次はね、ユタ州。
So this is what Bill calls Utah.
Hello, Street Pass Utah friends.
So interesting. Just, I mean, even from this height, I'm seeing so many things that I want to explore down there.
この高さからでも、ここ行ってみたいな、あそこ行ってみたいなっていうようないろいろなロケーションが見えます。
Link has different hairstyle too.
なんかリンク髪型が違う。
ちょっと服もまた違ってるのを見てます。
And then he may have different clothes on here too.
このね、本当にダイビングする感じがね、結構気持ちいいんですよ。
So this, what you see like a little diving sequence is actually really fun to do.
で、ほら今、BGM がやってきたでしょ。もう気持ちがガッとくるね。
And it says you heard that little song there. You know, like how you really, it really touches your emotions.
It's open air music. It's very nice.
はい。で、雪山ですね。これはね、すごい吹雪。
This right here is this very snowy mountain.
The music is different too.
また音楽がここでも違いますね。
Yeah, I really love how with the audio, you get such a sense of presence in the environment.
This player is
because
doing better.
You're hearing little bits of music, but you're more often paying attention to the animals, the sounds of the wind in the trees, and it really immerses you in this experience.
Nice.
自然のその環境をいろいろな動物の足音だったり風の音だったりそういうものが本当にゲームプレイにさらなるまた新たな一面というか新たな要素を追加してくれるのですごいその点が面白いです。
はい。そしたら最後もう一つ取っときの。
Yes.
So I have another treat for you guys.
今そこに出てますけど、ガーディアンね、さっきも言ったこいつと戦うと地位に入るともうドキドキする。さあ始めましょう。
So Guardian that you saw on the big screen
E3
right
版とは
here.
違って足を持ってバーッと追っかけてきます。
So unlike the one you see in the E3 version, it actually the legs move and it comes after you.
あれに複数追いかけられると怖いんですよね。
Whoever did this is a very good shot.
It's amazing.
これを今打ってる人かなり上手なプレー。
Oh wow.
He makes it look easy, but I don't think it's that easy.
なんか随分簡単に見えますけども全然簡単じゃないですね。
そうですね。